Welcome back to the Skeeter Sting, episode 4, and today we'll be talking about our childhoods and how it shaped us. Today's going to be a little bit more personal, and I'm going to start off. My name is Seun Suberu. I'm your host.
My name is Osa Alejo.
My name is Eli Kelly.
Justin Gilmore.
Jackson Turner.
Oh, Andre Davis.
Nakai Williams.
Andre Nay.
Yeah, who wants to start it off?
Well, I think I had a different childhood from y'all. I wasn't allowed to do a lot of stuff outside because they didn't want me to get hurt, football. So I grew up wishing I could go outside watching everybody else play.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, that's kind of dang.
Well, I don't know how y'all are basically from Mesquite area, but I feel like we just grew up the same. Does it make sense? Like we all went to elementary school, went to daycare if you did, or went home and just played around. But I think we all kind of grew up in the same space.
But aren't you the only? Aren't you the only?
Aren't you only child?
Yeah, aren't you the only child?
I am my only child, yeah, but
That's different. That's different.
Yeah, growing up with siblings is way different, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like it is because y'all always have somebody to be with. Like me being the only child, I always end up talking to myself. Like I'll be sitting in a room by myself, watching TV, just talking to myself.
That's a mental disorder, man.
I'm missing this, or I think that's something every only child can vouch for.
So do you wish you had a sibling?
Yes.
Because once you get a sibling,
I really do.
Right,
yes.
and they start stealing your stuff.
Yeah, they start stealing your stuff. They start bossing you around, especially if you're younger. And it's just you end up wanting to fight them
It's not
every
that
day.
bad. It's not that bad. I mean, me and my
it's
brother, we fight. We play games together, like PlayStation. I talk to him
Okay,
about
but you
football
only
and
have
stuff.
like.
Yeah, we're the oldest, fam.
I'm not the oldest.
Who's the oldest?
I got a 23-year-old sister.
What?
I got a little brother and a big sister.
What?
Is that the middle?
Y'all never met her.
Never.
Well, I'm the youngest in my family out of 3 siblings, and I feel like you said, it's a bad thing, but it's also a good thing. Like, I am who I am today because of my siblings, and I learned a lot from them. And
Are you the most spoiled?
no, honestly not, because I'm an African child, so
that
you're
is
not really
true.
spoiled. We all do the same chores.
Wait, my sister's spoiled though. My little sister's spoiled.
I mean, my sister's spoiled because she's only girl, but really no.
But don't most girls get spoiled?
No, my brother was spoiled because he was the only boy, so.
It just depends on the family. I'm the youngest child, and I feel like as I've grown up, like when my sister started driving, and my brother started driving, they had free range. But then once I got my car, everything got restricted on me because my mom learned from the other two, and those were the other,
But
all the other things.
But then again, that's the joys of being an older sibling. As an older sibling, we're the role model for our siblings, I feel like. Our younger siblings, that is. I feel like anything I do, my brother does. I mean, I don't feel that way, I know it. If I scream at people, he gonna scream at people, you know?
If you fight people?
If I fight, my brother thinks it's fun to fight, you know?
Yeah, but your decisions is going if you make a bad decision, that's going to negatively affect them. Let's say you sneak out, now your parents going to be locked down on this one because he's going to do exactly what he did. That's how I am.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I have two younger. I'm the oldest, so anything I do is free game because my parents don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Does that make sense? They don't know what to expect because I'm the first one up. So I gotta
crack down on you.
Yeah, I gotta
so
set it up so
ones.
they know what to do with them. So I gotta give them the hardest time possible.
Yeah, that's how my brother was, and my brother, oh my God, he messed up a lot. And then my sister, she ain't never leave the house, and so my mom was like, okay, so the third one, he gonna be good. Nah, that's not how it is. And so me and my family, we get into it a lot because of what happened a lot. And so it was whenever my mom and dad separated, and then they got divorced whenever I was 10. And because my dad, he was an alcoholic, a drug addict, and an abuser, and so I had to deal with that a lot. And so I was outside a lot, like you said. We played outside after we got home. I played outside, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm enjoying life. Little did I know, my dad was beating my mom in the house. I had no clue. And so, my brother, he took a lot of, brunt force from it. And then, my brother, something be wrong, and I asked him, he'd be like, no, just leave me alone. And I'm like, did I do something? He's like, no. And I didn't figure this out till 2 years ago. And so, whenever I was 14, I figured all this out. And then that brought like a lot of understanding into a lot of stuff. Even like that happened in my life, and so like I couldn't, go to like certain places as a kid. Like I couldn't go out like on certain field trips because we didn't have money. Because my dad he used it to like drugs and alcohol, and so like I couldn't go do things that like say Justin could have gone to with like the school and stuff, or like I couldn't go out and party because my mom didn't want me like getting hurt or getting shot because like I'd be like, okay, so there's this party going on and like this side of Dallas, and she's like, no, you're not going. I'm like, why? And she's like, because like recently like, there's been like a lot of shootings there. I don't want you getting robbed if you get out like, really late. And so like there's like a lot of stuff that my mom did that I didn't know, and I got mad at her for it, which little did I know she was just protecting me. And so I feel like there's a lot of kids that go through like not as much as what other people go through, and that's like a big understanding that some people have about me. They're like, oh yeah, he lived a perfect life, he's white, he got money, he's privileged, and then that's what I hear a lot. I hear, oh, that's white privilege. No, I work for my stuff. Like that's the thing. I work 30 hours a weekend and then 20 hours a week to pay for what I need to. I pay bills in the house, and because my mom she don't got a job right now. My brother, my sister, and me, we pay the bills, and so like it's a big misconception with white privilege. I dress nice, but I dress the same every day. I dress nice the same. And so yeah, just leave it at that.
Yeah, but I think some parents, they're good at like what you just said. Your mom, you didn't know your mom was protecting you by putting all these restrictions on you. Cause we have our Coach Holland, he does the same thing. Cause he tells us all the time about his daughter in our class period, and how he just sits down and he talks to her and he like talks to her like she's our own age and tells her about the things that are gonna happen and all that stuff. So I mean, it's just good to know that their parents understand and they don't, what I'm saying, they protect us at the same time when we don't see it.
Let me get back to that. I just want to say, like, white privilege, I want to clarify. When we say white privilege, it's not like you have, like, an automatically good life because you're white. It's just, like, the system, the political system, justice system, it's just not, it's in your favor more so than minorities.
Yeah. And, like that, I can't argue with that because I've seen that, and it's been shown. Do I agree with that? No. Like, I don't, because I don't care what color you are. You're a person. You should be treated equally, and that's what I believe. And the justice system should be set up differently to where everyone has everyone actually has a fair chance.
Yeah, I feel that.
I feel like I never knew my biological father, so my black side of the family, I was never around. Like I've never the only black type of culture that I've inherited is from my schoolmates and stuff, because I don't have the family to teach me like these songs or you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when we go out, I'm always around white people. So when stuff went down with the cops and stuff, it would get bad even with white people. Like you think that since they're white, it would be different. But I was this kid in the back seat of the car seat watching my parents be harassed by another white cop. I don't believe in the white privilege stuff because I've witnessed it firsthand happen to white people, the same thing that happens to black people. So it just depends on your background, because not many people grow up, not a lot of people grow up outside of a family of their own color, so they get to witness that. You know what I'm saying? Get to witness firsthand what it's like to really see something like that. And you just think that, oh, it's because we're like this, so they treat us like this. When really some people are just bad people and they'll treat anybody like that.
Yeah, I can see that. Hate is just in you, whether you're black, white, purple or green. You're either just a good person in life or you're just a bad person in life, But white privilege is real. It doesn't just have to be harassment by police officers. You got to look at the prison system that we have in America. Yeah. It's so disproportionate from blacks and Hispanics. I don't want to just make it all about us, but if you look at the numbers of blacks and Hispanics in prisons and then other ethnicities such as whites and Asians, it's just not proportional. And you can't explain that. Yeah. Only thing you can say about it is just it's not right.
Yeah.
And on that, sorry.
No, go ahead.
And on that too, like how you said like there's a more percentage of blacks and Hispanics in prisons than
Yeah.
whites. On top of that, like you guys are seeing on the news, there's multiple African Americans getting killed by cops. You know what I mean? And that also like puts in our mindset that if we get pulled over or something, there's a nine times out of 10, if we do something wrong, if we make the slightest move, we have the chance to lose our lives. And like with white privilege, it's like it's real, because think about it, how many white teenagers are dead getting shot by a cop compared to black teenagers? It's just different.
I would also I know that black teenagers get shot by cops, but I'm pretty sure a lot more black teenagers get shot by their own race than they do get by, like, you're more likely to get shot by your homeboy that sets you up on a drug deal or something than you are by a cop.
Right.
So like,
But that's not what we're talking about.
yeah, I know,
Listen,
like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
like we got on topic, but going back to like the topic we're actually talking about, like I didn't grow up with a father, and so like my mom had to raise 3 kids by herself, and like she worked for everything that she had, and like what she did, like it installed that in me, like it gave me a greater appreciation for things that I have, and like I work for everything that I have, and like when I go to school, like it makes me want to like work harder, because I know I don't want to end up in the system because like and be another statistic because I don't have a father, because like there's a high rate of that, and like so growing up it just makes me work harder for everything, and I feel like it makes me have a greater appreciation for things.
And like, I also feel like this past, like, the generation, like, before us, messed up a lot of stuff in America. Because that's whenever, like, you know, like, white privilege was, like, shown, I guess, you know? And then that's whenever statistics were shown. That's whenever, you know, fathers didn't want to be fathers, they just wanted to, you know, like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And they don't want to step up to the plate and say, like, you know, I'm going to be a dad, I'm going to be a good dad, because I want to show like my kid what being a dad is actually like. I want to show them how to, you know, how to man up, how to, you know, shave, you know, like shave your face for the first time. You know, I want to show them like how to play football, how to play basketball, and stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of stuff like we've learned on our own, because like we didn't have that around. I learned how to play football on my own. And I learned, you know, how to, in school, I learned that from my brother, because he was so smart, and then he helped me out on some of my stuff. And, you know, like, singing, whenever I got into, like, I wanted to sing, I was in 7th grade, and everyone in my family was like, you know, you're not going to be anything, don't even try that. And I was like, okay, so, you know, you're going to think that, go ahead. You know, that's your decision. And, no, like, no one really supported me, and so I got into, like, I started getting into the choir, and I fell in love with it, because it, like, I grew up with a love for music. Like, my mom, she turned on the radio, and I started singing, and, like, that's how I fell in love with music. And whenever I got to experience, like, you know, like, small snippets of, like, really great things, like, you can, like, you know, like, whenever you're singing a piece, like, you can feel, like you can feel that it's unexplainable once you do it, but like it's moments like those that really get you through a lot of the hard times that you have to experience as a kid from this older generation that's really messed up a lot of stuff for America.
I feel that. But like based off what you were saying, you have to work hard. Like a lot of people think that with me living where I live and how I live, like they're rich, you know what I'm saying? They got it, you know what I mean? But like a lot of people don't like to ask like where'd that come from? Like how are you there? Like you know, my family, we struggled, like we really did. Like coming up, we come from Africa fresh off the boat. So like they had jobs, they try to get jobs, and like they would like the employers would look right past them because they can't even speak English properly. So like we struggle, and at times, like in my old house, like I wouldn't eat some nights. Sometimes, like I'll eat Lunchables for a meal, like type stuff, like struggling type stuff. And then we started making a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? We started getting better, and through that whole time, I wasn't baby. I wasn't like, son, everything's gonna, everything. Well, it was like I was given comfort by my faith. Like everything's gonna be all right. God's gonna figure this all out, and I had to have faith in that. So I was just like, I wasn't caught with my dad. My dad didn't really talk to me, but like, well, that instilled like a toughness. Like I gotta figure things out on my own. And y'all think, why is he so smart? Cause, bro, like for fun, I would have pretend school. Like I would literally get a book out, do math, like there was a teacher right there, and I had to beat a time or something like that. I would do that for fun. So like, my childhood instilled, I say toughness, resilience, hard work, time, ethics, and yeah, it might look like they got it all, but we worked hard to get here for real. It's not like it was given to us. Yeah.
On top of that, my parents are also from Nigeria too, so I know like everything you just said. I feel that exactly. Like people will think I have money, or your parents have money, or Africans have money and stuff like that. But as a young child, like my parents struggled as well. We didn't even live in the house we used to. We had to move around constantly. Like my brother was born in Guam, and my other brother was born in Japan, and that's just because my dad was in the military, so that was also difficult. And then at one point, they stopped paying my dad because they felt like he wasn't fit for this certain job because he had an accent, and he just wasn't able to talk to people on the phone and stuff like that. So they made him a security guard for the company, and he was in the front when it was an engineering job. So, and my mom, she wasn't employed at the time. She because like school in Nigeria is different from here, so you can't graduate a school in Nigeria and then come think you can get a job here. It's completely different. And so my dad, we weren't getting paid at all, and like you said, there were nights where I wouldn't eat at all. There was no good meals. We ate like once a day and stuff, and my mom decided she wants to go to nursing school, but she has to take care of us. My dad, we didn't really have that much money. My dad tried to make a business in Nigeria, and then he put so much money into it, and it failed because he wasn't there. He had to be there. He had to be with his kids here. So then at that point we were just helpless, and then my mom decided to go to nursing school, and at first she failed her test because it was sad seeing being a young child being taken away from my mom. Cause my mom, she went to nursing school, so she was in college, and when we would say bye to her, well, when she would say bye to us, she would say, "Hold on, let me get something upstairs, and then I'll come back and we can all go home together." But as a young child, we felt that in our heart that we weren't going to see her for a long time, and we were going to leave without her, and it was just sad until she actually got a nursing job, and things started getting well. My dad got his job back, and he started getting paid the engineering salary that he should have been paid, and things just started getting better, and we started having more money. But it's not like we made money and then threw it away. They invested it in us, and that's what makes me who I am today. If I make money, the first thing I want to do is just spend all of it. I mean, I spend money, yeah, but I always keep a certain amount of money just to keep in thought about the struggle my parents went through, and like, I don't want to go through that, and that's pretty much it. So,
well, let's talk about bro, growing up African is tough, bro.
It's really tough.
Like people ask why I talk white now. It's because all I had to watch the only way I picked up on English was when I watched like TV shows on Disney Channel as a kid, and what was on TV on Disney Channel at that time period, like white TV shows. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. So that's how I picked up my language. And then I went to schools that were predominantly minorities, and they talk a different way from how I learned on TV. So they made fun of me for why do you talk white, African booty scratcher, stuff like that. It's just like,
what is an African booty?
I don't know where that came from, bro.
Bro, we were mean in middle school.
These kids
I
were
realized
ruthless.
that.
Like elementary.
Elementary school, bro. These kids were ruthless, bro. Like, and I'll go home. Like, I would really have no friends, so I'll go home, be to myself in my room, listen to 106.1. And I had no friends in school. I couldn't tell my parents because my parents were struggling too. So we were all in this together, and like things started picking up in really high school. Middle school, it wasn't nothing either because I wasn't really cool in middle school. And if you're not cool, then middle school kind of
You
sucks.
were always cool to me,
Me.
Sean.
No, you always
cool. I was
cool.
lame.
Middle school to me was a big culture.
Culture shock.
It's not
Yeah,
that.
thank you. It was a big culture shock to me because I went to school with most of y'all at malls, and like
Yeah.
I went to daycare, so I wasn't really used to meeting people who went through struggles like y'all went through, and then it just being there, because that's how I learned a lot. I think in middle school before I came here, and then I learned more being with you guys again. Because I mean, going from malls and where everything's peachy and keen to going to Wilkinson where it's like a fight every other day and people claiming to be part of a gang and hearing people cuss in the hallways just because, it was just a big culture shock to me. And I think, and I'm just glad I got the experience because I learned it and got to be a part of something that that can never be taken away from me. So I'm truly glad to be in Mesquite, be from Mesquite, and just grow up in Mesquite, period. Because it's taught me things that can't be taken away, and that there'll always be stepping stones ahead, even when I go to college or move out of the Dallas area, period. So I'm just glad for Mesquite in general.
Well,
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
well, me, like, I grew up similar to y'all. You know, I'm not African, I'm just black. But me, I did struggle a lot growing up, because a lot of y'all know, like, my dad and all. Like, now that I'm getting older, like, it's easier for me to say, like, that's not my biological father. Like, a lot of people don't even know that.
I didn't know that.
Like, a lot of people that are close to me, they don't know that. But growing up, I grew up in Pleasant Grove. You know, my mom's from Oak Cliff, she's from Holly Hills. So my mom, she always would tell me her story growing up, even if I already knew it. But it always was interesting to me. My mom grew up having a fight every day. Because my mom's originally from California, but she had to move back because my biological grandmother was a drug addict. She was a coke addict. So my mom, my grandfather moved her to Oak Cliff in the projects, where my granny, that I look at as my true granny, that's not really my biological granny. Like, to me, family is just taking care of people and loving them. Family isn't blood to me, you know, because I've experienced that my whole life. Like, my granny, she tried to raise my mom, but out of spite, my grandfather took her from her because they would argue all the time. So my mom had to live with relatives. They used to fight on her every day because they just didn't like her. You know, she instilled in me, never let people treat you any type of way, and if they do, you treat them the same way they treat you, you know. So that's why I walk around, people might think I think I'm a badass. I don't know if I can say that on here, but I'm just being real.
Right there, it's in the dictionary.
My bad. I'm just being real, you know. Like, I just got in me, I'm not gonna let nobody treat me any type of way, you know. Because growing up, I grew up in Pleasant Grove. I used to fight a lot, you know. But my mom, she was doing school even then, like, trying to make ends meet. My granny was always there to help us. She's the one that really raised me, my grandmother. My mom, she raised me, yeah, like, my mom was always around. Like, she never disappeared from me. But my granny is the one that set the foundation for the person I am now, you know, spiritually and mentally. You know, I trust in God with everything I do because of her. But, you know, growing up, I moved to Mesquite. My mom met my dad. You know, things got better. Like, my mom had a pretty good job. She had a business degree. She was working for Bank of America, corporate building in Plano, Addison, different places. But then I started to, like you said, you had a culture shock. I had a culture shock. Like, I came from the hood to, like, you know how rappers say I came from the mud?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really did. I came from nothing, you know, to living in Mesquite. Now we have a house that's owned by us. Like, we're not renting nothing. We own our own house, and it's pretty nice. You know, it's nothing major, but it's nice. You know, it's just the point that when you have to fight for stuff in life, it makes you realize everything is not handed to you. You know, like, I'm grateful that I had to go through the struggles with my family that I did when I was coming up, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be the fighter I am today.
Hey, we're gonna hold that. Like, we're gonna get to a part where we all like say how it shaped you and what you like appreciate from your parents that they taught you, so you can hold on to that thought. You see what I'm saying?
To go off you said you were kind of bullied as a little kid.
Nah, I wasn't bullied.
You weren't bullied.
He was, he was the bully.
Nah, I wasn't bullied. I mean, we fought like we just fought to fight.
So it was you. So to go on, when I was in elementary school, I mean, I also got bullied, but like I wasn't originally born from Nigeria. I was born in Dallas, but as I was saying, I was bullied by guys because I guess they would just hate on me, but because I mean, I don't even know what I'm saying, bro. I was bullied. I was also called an African booty scratcher and stuff like that, but it was mainly by guys, and also I didn't really know how to talk or how to fit in. I didn't have the right haircut. My mom cut my hair. She would put me naked in the sink, and you know the things that they use for edge ups. She used to use that to cut on my hair, so I was like skin bald until like fourth, fifth grade, until my brother started cutting my hair, and I mean I was lost. So at some point I wasn't who I am today. I try to fake like I was ghetto or something, or I just wanted to fit in. If everyone talked with horrible slang, I would talk a horrible slang, and then I would sag my pants and stuff like that. I just wanted to fit in and everything, and that wasn't really who I am. Like before I got home, I make sure my pants were pulled up, my belt was on, and all that. So, and like the people I hung out with back then, some of them don't even go to school no more. Some of them are in jail, and I looked up to my cousin, and he's dead. So, because of gang violence, and that's what made me flip my script, and that was in middle school because number one, I wasn't who I really am, and number two, it's not the right way to go. Like you said you came from nothing, right? And you're glad you came to Mesquite because it made you better yourself, and that's why you are who you are today. Yeah. Me, I tried to do opposite of that. I came. Once my parents had it good, I didn't physically fit in, but everybody, I tried to go back down because I thought that was cool, and that's not, honestly. So once I hit middle school, I flipped my script.
Yeah, that thug life ain't for me. I'm scared of bullets.
I'm gonna go off what you said earlier. You were talking about family isn't defined by blood, cause like my stepfather, he would like that's my dad. Like he was with my mom when my mother was pregnant, so he knew like what it was gonna take to have to step up. You know what I'm saying? So like growing up, I didn't know that wasn't my father, cause like he's Hispanic and like a darker Hispanic, so he kind of looked like me a little bit. So I didn't know. I had no idea until I was like 12. But like my mom worked a lot, and she wasn't so faithful to him. So like I still love him, cause like he taught me. He every night I would work out after my mom made me read, and like he would teach me stuff. He taught me how to play football, but like he was an alcoholic, and like through that, a lot of the pain that he felt from my mom, he took it out on me, like growing up. So like just being abused as a child, it's not healthy. But like I'm past all that now, and I've matured from that. I still love him, like we're still cool, but like it just helps you. It just helps build strength and character. But like I have a lot of love for him because like he didn't have to stay with her. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have to raise me as his own, but he did anyways. And like his family is a part of my family too. Like that's just something. It's a good feeling. Like you don't have to be blood to be related to somebody.
Yeah.
Can I talk about grandparents for a minute?
No.
That's me.
Hold on. What's up?
I gotta go to this house class.
Oh, that's right.
Y'all can cut that part out, right?
Yeah.
All right.
That's all.
All right, y'all. That was nice. I like it.
Yeah. No. I was gonna say like just talk about grandparents in general, cause like I'm listening to a lot of y'all stories. I'm just feeling the sympathy for y'all, but it was just something I got from my grandma, cause my grandma's from Arkansas. Like my mom's from Arkansas, so when she got old and moved to Dallas, my grandma stayed in Arkansas. But just being around her as a kid, I just think I learned things now. So I feel like it's certain things that we learn in life that may come from our parents, But I feel like we should give our grandparents their kudos as well because they have helped just as much, just as some of y'all have said in y'all's stories. So, I mean, I just want to talk about the grandparents and just mention the grandparents for a minute.
Well, like,
No, keep going.
yeah, I don't know my grandparents. That sounds kind of weird. But yeah, like, white people, they don't like to stay around each other a lot. Like, white people usually just don't, like, white families don't like each other. And I firmly believe that because I don't know either of, like, my mom's or dad's parents. I know that my dad's, like, actual dad died back in the 60s. And then my grandma, like, I think she has Alzheimer's right now. I really don't know. I've never met her. My mom's mom, she died whenever I was 2. And then my mom didn't even know her dad. And so, my family, like, they just came to Dallas, and then, like, things got really hard, and then these past couple of years, like, things are, like, picking up, and it, like, things are still getting better, but yet, like, we still struggle, but, you know, it's not as bad as it, like, it would, like, or it was. And so, yeah, just want to throw that out there.
I feel you. All right, guys, we're gonna say how we've matured, how it's made us, how our childhood has made us now. You're gonna define yourself, and you're gonna say what you appreciate from the people around you, like during your childhood, like your parents and your grandparents and stuff like that. I'm gonna start off. I think now that I'm a tough, smart, wise character, and I could attribute that to my parents because they taught me like resilience, independence, and they encouraged free thinking, and yeah, I just appreciate that.
I believe I'm also tough and I'm also open-minded. I would like to thank my parents too, and my siblings because they brought me to the right path, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm thankful that I was taught to be like faithful and hopeful, even in like the worst situations that you could ever imagine to be yourself in, and just know that like one day things will get better, even though it might not be tomorrow or a week or a year, but like eventually things will get better, and then resilience and strong-mindedness as well.
I just want to show thanks to anybody who's ever shown me love and anybody who's shown me pain, because that's helped me mature. It's helped me appreciate things and find another understanding for the way I perceive life.
I'm thankful for my parents for their compassion and their ability just to show me love and how to chase your dreams, and also for the self-awareness. I'm thankful for my grandparents for showing me the compassion and just being able to listen, and for y'all just to have y'all as friends and interact with y'all every day as an only child.
I'm thankful for my mom for showing me love and support and all the discipline and the whoopings, because it's taught me not to do stuff that other kids will do, and I'm thankful for my dad because he acted like a friend and showed me that parents can still be cool.
Growing up, like, I think that made me like hardworking and like also made me smart, having siblings that like pushed me to do things. And I would like to thank my mom for not only being my mom but also my dad, because like he wasn't around, so like she taught me how to do things that nobody else could teach me.
That was episode 4. Thank you guys for watching, and we are
Skeeters.
Did you say that?